Trump will be virtually impossible to hold accountable for anything he does. He has set himself up in such a way that many of the usual checks on presidential power will either not work or not work well. The press is one of the biggest checks on the president, calling him out to the public when he breaks promises or democratic norms, or presents false information to push his agenda. But Trump has run his entire campaign by making outrageous statements, and then when the media calls him on it, he turns around and slams the media for being biased against him. At least with many of his supporters, they have bought into it, and will now not believe anything the media says that contradicts him. Additionally, he has been bolstered by the right-wing fake news sites such as Breitbart that will back him up with news that looks and sounds real, but is often completely false. So when Trump says something that is totally crazy and very dangerous for a president to say, and the press calls him on it, few of his supporters will change their views, and everyone else is already strongly against him to begin with. This will allow him to simply continue attacking the press whenever he does something absurd, and nothing will happen to actually reduce his power. Another check on the president is the Congress. However, this is also not likely to be very effective against Trump, as the Congress is made up of Republican majorities. Same-party Congresses always provide a more minimal check on the president than when a rival party controls one or both chambers of Congress. However, in the case of Trump, it will serve as even less of an effective check. This is because Trump is extremely popular with the majority of the Republican base, far more popular than most members of Congress. This means that Republicans will almost always acquiesce to Trump's demands because they fear losing their seats. This is particularly true in the House of Representatives, as the vast majority of seats can't be lost to the opposing party, but are vulnerable to primary challenges from within their own party. Another check on the president is the courts, primarily the Supreme Court. However, this too is a weakened check on Trump. Many court seats have been held open by Republicans, including a seat on the Supreme Court. Trump will get to fill that seat, and there are already 4 right-leaning justices on the Supreme Court. Additionally, many members of the Supreme Court are quite old, meaning Trump, even if limited to just 4 years, may drastically change the makeup of the court and turn it into a body that will simply rubber stamp his actions rather than truly review their constitutionality.